Hello guys, this is Pap from Pap back at it again, and today we are here because I've just broken FLUFFALS. So honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm not sure 100% that someone did already made this. I didn't see any deck list like that on the internet, but I think I'm the first one with this idea, and I honestly think it's the best way to play FLUFFALS. Not gonna lie. So I have some wins in a row with this. It's pretty consistent, to be honest, thanks to the amazing engine of Toy Vendor. So it is pretty nice to use, and really this is the best way, in my opinion, to play FLUFFALS with all heroes. But before jumping right into it, guys, just a quick reminder: if you enjoy the content, please leave a like and subscribe. I really appreciate it, it really helps me a lot. Let's jump right into it. I'm here with the Supreme King Jaden and the skill. So what a lot of people slapped on was that these guys, not the effect monsters but the fusion guys, are actually fiends. So how can we make these guys bigger without having to use some crazy equip spell card or some crazy cards? Just without playing nothing in our deck, we can just use Supreme King's Castle Revelation. Now, for all who do not remember what it does, it's pretty easy. You can reveal one polymerization or one fusion spell, but we just play polymerization in this deck, right? And it's also pretty easy to add it to our hand because we have plenty of card effect to add polymerization to our hand. And if we have no field spell, and we do not play any field spell, we can just play one Supreme King's Castle from outside our deck. Boom. And keep in mind that this field spell can just buff any of our little guys, our little fusion guys, fusion Frightful monsters. So we just send in Howl Hero from our extra deck to the graveyard, and our FLUFFALS just suddenly they get 1600 boost because we're gonna send a level 8 Evil Hero Malicious Fiend. So we're not done yet because we have, of course, the classic engine, the classic FLUFFAL card, the mandatory ones that are the FLUFFAL Dog, the main searcher, that can search either a FLUFFAL monster or an Edge Imp Sabers. That is actually the main monster that is used to do the fusion guys right there. As you can see, actually only the Frightful Tiger I'm using because it's the best one. And then we have the FLUFFAL Bear, that is just a searcher of Toy Vendor by discarding from the hand. We have the FLUFFAL Owl, that instead is our poly searcher, just two because we play a couple of King of the Swamp that can serve for the same purpose. We can discard the King of the Swamp to add a polymerization to our hand. Then we have the double Toy Vendor as a level up reward, insane card to keep on drawing and actually fill the graveyard for materials that we can use with Necrofusion. Now, let me get this straight. We have actually a couple of combos that makes this deck so good. So we know that the best thing there are two things this deck, actually FLUFFAL deck, can do, okay? And are the Frightful Tiger summon, that is good because on summon this guy can pop cards up to the number of materials we use for the fusion summon. So it is actually a multi-popper, right? Okay, and the second thing is that we can summon this big guy instead that can be if we summon him by using 3 materials or more, it can be destroyed by battle card effect. It's pretty good, but not that crazy. What is good instead is that, and that's it for FLUFFALS, right? We have nothing better than that, so really nothing special. How can we make this even more spicier? First thing first, just with the skill, we can make this indestructible guy have even more than 4k attack. First thing first. The second thing is that because we are playing King of the Swamp, we can just basically summon. We can use him as in Edge Imp Sabers or as in Howl Hero Malicious Edge. So during our opponent's turn, we can use our Necrofusion to summon this guy, maybe in the battle phase, but even better, we can summon a Millennium Highs Restrict that actually can stop our opponent's monster's effect, can suck up his monsters, and actually can force him into some, in some place over other ones. So that's really, really good. But also, Necrofusion is so good because you can use Necrofusion to summon a Frightful Tiger during your opponent's turn. And that is the crazy thing, because being able to pop cards, actually more than one, even up to 3 or 4 cards during your opponent's turn is what can make this deck good. The only bad thing right there is that this effect is not an if effect, so this means that the effect of Frightful Tiger can miss the timing. So the most easy way to lose the effect is that if your opponent uses Mystical Space Typhoon on your Necrofusion and you chain Necrofusion to summon a Frightful Tiger, you're gonna miss the timing. So you're gonna be very careful about that. If you're planning on summoning a Frightful Tiger during your opponent's turn, you need to have your toggle on and choose the right moment to do it. Another thing very important is that if you already control a Frightful Tiger on the field, you cannot summon another one because you can only control one Frightful Tiger. Keep in mind that. So if you have this and you have a Necrofusion, you have to wait for your opponents to get rid of this Tiger to be able to use Necrofusion to summon another one. Keep in mind that. So guys, the Supreme King's Castle Revelation does not only serve to boost our Frightful monster, but also to be able to summon the Malicious Fiend, because as you know, Malicious Fiend can only be summoned with Dark Fusion and can't be special summoned either ways, but if we have the field spell actually activated, we can use a card like Polymerization and Necrofusion to summon the Malicious Fiend. So guys, that was all. This deck is really crazy. Just look at the replays, they are so cool, and you're gonna see actually how good FLUFFALS can be. Let's jump right into the replays. First duel against top tier deck DDDs on a 2-win streak. This was the third one. Let's see what we've got. So come on, the Doom King. Okay, that's fine. So it's him to begin, and let's see how he's going to begin. So he's got the DDD Triple D High Flame, actually standard combo, because now he has a negation, a spell trap negation. And then he's got the Savant Kepler with also with the effect of Genghis to summon the Ragnarok from his graveyard. So pretty good. Pretty good combo to begin with. Then Pendulum Summon, the skill, and the Pendulum Summon of the Doom King Armageddon. So he also has Dark Contract with the Gate to add another monster to his hand, so he really is in a very good spot. Boom, it's not done yet. This is the best thing you can have, as you can see right there. It's got the Super Doom King Dark Armageddon, but it starts to go now. Toy Vendor to begin with, discarding the FLUFFALS Bear to have the Egypt Sabers. That was not a FLUFFALS monster, so we have to discard it. Then the effect of King of the Swamp to add the Polymerization, and we can do nothing more than that. So we can just use the Supreme Castle Revelation to have that, and then the 8 King Sabers to return the Polymerization that is not needed right now because we can just summon the FLUFFALS Owl, and now we have the Egypt Sabers to be actually the main monster that we use for fusion summon. All to have but I decided not to use the Polymerization. Why? Because he could just negate. He was waiting for me. He didn't negate the Toy Vendor because he wanted to negate actually the Polymerization with the Genghis, but I used the effect of Owl, and then boom, a Tiger is here to pop a couple of cards, and then we're chilling. Also, look at that, I can just attack because I can use the effect of the field spell to boost him up to 3800, and boom, that's how easy you can do it. But it comes with its effect as a pendulum skill. That is a problem. Now, but we have the Necrofusion, so toggle on right now, guys. Be careful. Standby phase, as after the effect was activated, I went for the Millenniumize Restrict. So keep in mind, I couldn't go with another Frightful Tiger because I can only control one. So my best play was to summon the Restrict and force him to actually not use Monster's Effect. That was it. So now if he activates a Monster's Effect, I can suck up a monster from his field or his graveyard and negate the effect of the monster I just sucked. So that is actually a very good move. So he's forced to do nothing else than a Doom King Armageddon summon and an attack. He can't do nothing else. He can't activate a monster's effect. He popped that, and now it's my turn. I can use Toy Vendor to summon the FLUFFALS Bear. Then at this point I have all I need. I can just attack using the boost and then go for lethal with the FLUFFALS Bear. Why it is lethal? Because with the effect of Dark Contract with the Gate, he's just going to lose another 1,000 life points. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. On my tree, Wednesday, this was the 4th in a row. It's me to begin, and we have the searcher, so it is a pretty good hand. Toy vendor to begin with. Discarding the him sabers, I actually draw a fluffal dog that I can special summon to add a fluffal bear. At this point, I can use the fluffal bear to set the second toy vendor from my deck. Can use the effect once again because it's not a hard once per turn. I was lucky to summon to get the fluffal all to add a polymerization, and then I just began with the polymerization but into Millennium Strict. Why? Because actually this let me think of a ritual deck, and he just scooped. There's nothing you could do, as you can see right there. So really a first turn with the highest restrict can really be something good. I mean, this guy could have also already bricked, for example. I really don't think so, but really Millennium Restrict as a first turn can really be intimidating, my boys. There you go. This was my rank up 5th win in a row, and we've got Duel against. It's us to begin. We have the searcher, so we are in a pretty good spot. The dog to search the fluffal bear, so that we have our toy vendor play. There you go, toy vendor. We can just use that to discard the NG sabers that can just come back with its own effect. We summon a bear, so we can special summon a fluffal from our end. I decided to go for the hole, so I can add the polymerization. Then Supreme King Castle Revelation. At this point, I can use the Edge Sabers effect to resummon him on the field, and then polymerization is a first turn Frightful Tiger. Actually, nothing that special. The only good thing now is that we have protection thanks to Supreme King's Castle, but unfortunately, it's got an MST, so it's got the score. So I guess he's gonna recycle that with this kill because he's going to summon the Shopina that can recycle the score. So yes, to use the score right now because he's not big enough to take out the tiger, so he just went for it using the effect, inflicting me 2800 damage, but then he's done. So we have the Fluffal Dog once again. We can add the Fluffal Wings, so we have now even more draws. Now I use the effect of the Ancient Sabers, so that we know that the top card of the deck is a Fluffal monster with Toy Vendor. I discarded the Fluffal Wings, so I can use the effect from the graveyard, as you can see right there. I can also use the effect of Fluffal Bear to recycle the polymerization. Look at that, how good are these combos. Then Fluffal Wings to draw a couple of cards and even one more. Look at that polymerization to go into our Frightful Tiger. We can just pop everything right there. A couple of monsters, we're chilling. We have a Necrofusion in the graveyard, and keep in mind next turn can summon actually anything. We can go for even with a Frightful Sabertooth because we have a Frightful Fusion monster in the graveyard. But as you can see right there, it's got nothing. So that's really just how easy it is, my boys. Deck is really consistent. There you go. Here we go, my boys. 6 win in a row. This was the 6th win in a row. We've got actually a lot of Poly Searcher, right? It's got Necro Volley to begin with. This was actually a more of a stall duel, as you will see in a moment. It's got the first turn play with the Gravekeeper Supernaturalist. It's got the Necro Volley on the field, so it's in a pretty good spot. Let's see what we got right now instead. So keep in mind that we cannot pop either the Necro Volley or the Supernaturalist. So we had the Fluffal Hole to begin with, but it's got unfortunately the Imperial Thumb, so negated, no effect. We can just search the poly anyway thanks to the effect of King of the Swamp, and then use the poly right there. But first we use the skill to actually play a Super King's Castle Revelation, and the Frightful Tiger is here. We cannot pop actually anything because those cards can't be destroyed, but we can pop by Battle the Monster because we can boost up with Malicious Fiend. Unfortunately, it's got the Headman back to back. He can summon another Gravekeeper Supernaturalist. So but he cannot attack because he knows I can have another boost. So he just had the Necro Volley Temple at this point, and I decided to go, as you can see right there, with the Fluffal Ult to have another polymerization, and then polymerization I decided to go with the Frightful Sabertooth just because I wanted to have something that just in case he got rid of that, you know, I have also because I only have 2 Malicious Fiends, so I cannot boost my guys anymore. So if he summons the third one, I'm basically screwed. That's it. So I have a Necrofusion that unfortunately is not good because there's Necro Volley in the field. Now I would have needed to have a Frightful Tiger to pop the Necro Volley, but I wasn't lucky enough. As you can see right there, it's got the Necro Volley Temple to reduce my attack. So now he can summon summon another Gatekeeper's spiritualist from his deck. But as you can see right there, guys, in a moment, the duel will just stall there because he can't do nothing against my monster that can't be destroyed by battle card effect. And once that I put that in defense, he can't do nothing. As you can see, even full clocked his spell and trap zones. So that's how you do it, my boys. This deck has a lot of plays, so you can rely on an indestructible monster, you can rely on a card that pops cards, you can rely on a boost from the field spell, you can rely on a fusion summon on your opponent's turn. We have plenty of plays. And my boys, last but not least, 7th win in a row against Yugioh. Let's see what we've got. It's not a pendulum deck, it's a blue eyes deck. So let's see what we've got. It's got the first turn combo with the Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon and a set card. In the end phase, the stone is gonna let it summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon. Now we have basically everything. The FLUFFALS bear to begin with. Toy Vendor is there. You can just we can just summon the FLUFFALS dog to hack the wings. Then the Toy Vendor. Actually, first the skill and then Toy Vendor to discard the FLUFFALS wings, so we have multiple draws. But we cannot use the effect of FLUFFALS wings right now because we have to get rid of the Spirit Dragon that can just negate stuff from the graveyard. So we have the hole to use the effect and add another polymerization, then polymerization into the first 5-fruit tiger that can pop 3 because I used 3 monsters. So he actually was forced to use the effect of Spirit Dragon and summon the Azurize, as you can see right there. And then FLUFFALS wings effect can be used to draw a couple of cards, and then another more with the Toy Vendor, and then polymerization into the 5-fruit saber 30. Then on his summon can actually special summon a 5-fruit fusion monster from the graveyard. Look at that. We do not need that, but we have even the boost from the Supreme King Castle Revelation. Look at that, how easy it is. I mean, I really like this deck, to be honest. This might be my choice for COG this month, not gonna lie. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this original idea. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Of course, you can write and ask me whatever you want. Thanks a lot for watching, and as always, see you in the next one.